Okay, so what I'm going to do today is this is my agenda here. I am going to give you an overview of support. For those who aren't familiar with support, give you an overview of Feedsy and how Feedsy works in case you're not familiar with how Feedsy works very quickly, how to review stories very quickly, but probably spend more time on, I guess, how to use Feedsy to get feedback from clients. And maybe how to promote your feedback through creating stories, promoting your feedback. So these are the 6 areas I'm going to cover today. Is there anything that you specifically wanted me to cover today? If there is, maybe just put it in the comments in the chat, and I can try to cover that as well. So is there anything else that people want to cover in particular today in the masterclass? Because I'm sure that there'll be other people that want the same thing. So I'm mainly going to be showing you how to review stories, how to rearrange stories, but also how to create your own stories, but basically using feedback as a story idea. Okay, nothing yet. Cool. All right, we'll get started then. So everything I'm showing you today is in our support pages. So our support pages are actually on our website. Hang on, over here on our website. So actually, I'll go to our website. I'll show you where it is. So our website, feedsy.info, you basically go to support up here, and there are support pages. So here is some information in sort of different categories, like how to review stories, how to add your own stories, how to access your Feedsy mail, referrals, and so forth. So there's different areas here. I mainly will be covering reviewing stories, adding stories, and I'll do, have I got it here yet? I might also cover story mix too very quickly, and net promoter score down here. So this is what I'm going to be doing today. All right, still with me? Excellent. All right, so basically with Feedsy, most of you might know this already, but essentially Feedsy, I guess, makes it easier for you to do nothing at all, which means you can set and forget, or you can get involved and do stuff. Today, I'm going to be covering, I guess, the set and forget side of things, how to do maybe a bit of editing, but also you might want to do some of your own stories as well. And I'll show you a really easy way of generating stories with feedback here. So you can spend no minutes per month, or you can spend more time per month, depends on what you're doing. But I'm going to show you something today which might sort of be more this sort of area here. And again, in terms of timing, we also sort of help you to organise your marketing by automating things for you. So every first Tuesday of the month, you get your monthly newsletter sent out, or that date might be different, depends on your schedule. We provide you new stories every Wednesday night, and then on the Thursday, we give you that alert that new stories have arrived. So you can either do nothing at all, you can review them, maybe remove stuff if you don't like the story, or change the order of it, or even share it on social media. So we sort of recommend you that you use this as an opportunity to maybe schedule your social media shares of the stories if you're doing social media sharing yourself. And then on the last Friday of the month, we'll give you a reminder that the newsletter is going to be sent out, so you can do some last minute reviewing, adding stories or whatever, or rearranging stories, so it's ready for the newsletter. Now, one new thing we're going to show you is we are recommending a quarterly NPS Net Promoter Score email is sent out every quarter. That's an add-on for Feedsy, so we'll show you how that works in a minute too. So I'll be going into that as well. So it's an automatic thing that you can set up with Feedsy. And I guess the kind of stories that are shared are the ones that we sort of provide you, like the education and inspiration, the general interest stuff. So these are the stories that we're providing. But you can also add your own stories about your own business, about your own thoughts, even sort of things about your team, maybe milestones in your team. Maybe someone's got married, or someone's just joined the organisation, or maybe went to a PD day and learned some great new stuff, or maybe even sharing what happy clients are saying about you. And that's basically what I'm going to be doing later on. I'm going to show you how this can work for you here, this one. But first, so is everyone with me so far? It's all making sense? Cool, I'll keep going. All right. So that's basically what I'm going to do now is sort of show you how to sort of review our stories. So you'll get that email you get the email on the Thursday saying new stories have arrived. There's a link on this email here which sends you off to your dashboard, to your story mix. So basically, you'll arrive at your story mix, at your stories here. So you'll see a list of stories here. And you can look at them and go, yep, they're all pretty good. You might go, I don't really like it. Maybe this insurance doesn't really work for me. You can either have a look at it, so have a quick view of it, and go, yeah, no, I don't agree with this article here. I might get rid of that one. I might say no to that one. So if you want to basically remove a story, you basically just trash it, send it to trash, and it goes up here into your trash folder. Get rid of that little thing there. And it goes into your trash here. So you're going to untrash it, you can go to trash and basically untrash it. So that's basically how you can also restore the story here, restore it here. So that's basically how you review stories. You can look at them and trash the ones you don't like. Most people don't trash them. We see very little stories in trash, which is fantastic. You can also rearrange too. You might go, oh, actually, this story here, the pay gap is something that's really important to me. I want that to be the #1 story. So you can actually drag that and you can move it to the top. So that actually changes the order of the stories. Now, to sort of see how that's affecting your website, you can go to up here to visit site, and I recommend holding down right click or control click on a Mac to go open link to a new tab. So you have another tab up here, and you'll be able to see that gender story now should be the #1 story because I've dragged it to the top. Let's have a look here. Actually, I need to refresh it. And I actually need to refresh this page. If that happens, sometimes it's a caching issue. You might need to refresh this page here. I can see it's cached it. So just quickly have a refresh, just to make sure it worked okay. Oh, not playing with me today. Love technology. It never works when you're showing somebody. There you go, gender gap. So the gender pay gap is now the #1 story. So that's how you can rearrange all of the story. Now, if this was the Friday, for instance, before the Tuesday, then the 10 stories here at the top of the list will be the ones that go out into your Feedsy mail. So you got the full Feedsy mail, which has 10 stories sent out. Then basically the 10 at the top of the list will be the ones that are sent out. So again, if you do nothing at all, it'll be the most recent 10. But you can grab also this one here from last week, and you also can grab that up there as well. So you actually can grab old stories for that month and put it up into the order. So the ones you want to be sent out are the ones that are sent out. So you've got full control of what's sent out by rearranging them into the top 10, and those top 10 will be the ones that get sent out. So if I refresh the page here again, you'll see that hopefully it'll work this time. There you go, Young Aussies is there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those 10 stories here will be the ones that get sent out by the Feedsy mail. So you've got full control. Like I said, if you do nothing at all will be the most recent, but you can also get in there and do your own rearranging if you want to, or even add your own stories as well. And I'll show you how to add a story in a minute by sharing a testimonial. So I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So I guess what I've covered very quickly there was a Feedsy overview of when things are shared with you and for you to review and to share on social media, and also how to review stories. Now, one thing you can do as well is I'll show you quickly. If you want to share this story here on social media, maybe you want to share this one here, share this inspirational quotes. We also think got inspirational quotes now that arrive every week. This is a freebie. So if you want to have inspirational quotes added to your story mix, I'll show you how to do story mix in a minute. You can go to story mix and just set a tick the box, and we can include these inspirational quotes for you as well. Now, to share that on social media is quite easy. You just basically open the story up and you share it. So you can share it to Facebook, and you basically choose, you choose whether it's going to be your page or a person. So in this case here, it's going to be sent to my personal one here, but you can also choose to send it to a page you manage. So in this case, it'll be the Feedsy page. So you're going to send it to your Feedsy page. There it is there. Or to your own page. You can just choose it from the list here, or you can just choose it to yourself, to your friends. So it's up to you where you share it. You can write a comment about it saying this is a really nice bit of inspiration for you. You can just type it if you want, and then you basically can share it. So that's basically how you can share stuff on social media really easily from Feedsy. You can also share on LinkedIn, on Facebook as well. Unfortunately, Instagram don't allow you to share stuff from this sort of engine, so you can't use Instagram, unfortunately. But you can use these three here, or you can just send an email to someone. You can click on that there, and it'll basically generate an email with the link to the story there. So it's a quick way of sending a quick one-off story to somebody if you want to do that. So that's how you can review and share stories. So we do recommend that, you know, you maybe do use this. You do use this reminder here on the Thursday just to remind yourself to share stuff on social media. So the more you get things out there, the better it is. And again, when someone clicks on that story on social media, it arrives back here, it arrives in your channel, which is great. Okay, so I'm going to show you something new that you probably haven't seen before, and that's a Net Promoter Score. Now, we know that, you know, a lot of your clients will love you, just will love you, and they've probably got some really nice things to say about you, but often it's sort of difficult to ask, or maybe you forget to ask, and so you've got all this great goodwill out there that is waiting to be shared with people, and share with the people who maybe have decided to use you, or maybe want to recommend you to someone else, but I'm not sure how to. One thing you can do is to, it's quite, I guess, a thing used by big brands. It's called Net Promoter Score. Has anybody heard of Net Promoter Score or NPS? Can maybe use the chat to let me know whether you've heard of Net Promoter Score before. Has anybody heard of Net Promoter Score? No, nobody's heard of them? Okay, so Net Promoter Score is I'll show you an example of Net Promoter Score. This is an email that we've sent out using Net Promoter Score. I'll make it a bit bigger if I can. So this is sort of typically what a Net Promoter Score looks like. It says your feedback is really important to us. Could you please spare a quick moment to let us know how we're going, what we're doing right, or how we can improve? This is the Net Promoter Score bit here. Based on your experiences with us, how likely would you be to recommend us to a friend or colleague? So it's basically a score of how likely people are to recommend you to someone else. That gives you a good indication about how you're going. If people give you a 9 or a 10, they are likely to refer you to somebody. If they give you anything down here, they probably aren't going to refer you to somebody. And if they give you like a 1 to a 5, that means they need some help. That means that there's something not quite right. So what this does, it gives you a chance to see the nice things that people are saying about you, but also to find out maybe some things you can improve on. So it's a really good way of getting to know what people's needs are, but also getting to know what people like about what you're doing as well, which also can help your own promotions. So we've got this thing called Net Promoter Score, which allows you to send out these emails here. Sorry, I just pointed at the screen, I should use my mouse. Sends out this email from you to your subscriber base, probably your clients. You probably don't send it to your prospects on a quarterly basis, based on an annual date. So I'll show you how that works in a minute. But basically, this is the email that is received. Actually, what I might do, I might show you how it actually works once they receive the email, but then I'll show you in a minute how easy it is to trigger this off to your customers. So basically, so I've obviously this email here. I'm going to say, look, I'm pretty happy. I'm going to give it a 9. Actually, before I do that, think about these ratings like rating a movie. So the way if somebody asked you, oh, I saw a movie last night, I saw the new Star Wars, what would you give it out of 10? If you gave it an 8 out of 10, you probably wouldn't recommend that somebody spends money to go, to buy some popcorn and to go and see it in the cinema. You probably go, oh, wait till it comes out on streaming on Netflix. If it's a 9 or a 10, you probably are likely to say, oh, you've got to see it. You've got to see this movie. It's amazing. You just have to see it on the big screen. So I guess think of an NPS being like recommending a film to somebody. Somebody gives it maybe a 7 out of 10, they'd say, should I go and see it? You'd probably go, oh, maybe not. Maybe wait till it comes out on Stan or something. So you sort of consider this like you wouldn't recommend someone going to see a film in the cinema unless you gave it a 9 or a 10 out of 10. And 10s are pretty rare, but they do happen. So in this case here, I'm not saying whether you want to go to see a movie. I'm saying how likely are you to recommend it to a friend or a colleague? And I'm going to say, oh, I'm going to give you a 9. What happens is our NPS engine then goes to a form which says, thank you for your feedback. Oh, hang on, I've set this up wrong. I know why. I've already done this before. I've already, oh, that's a bit of a fail. Usually has a form here which allows you to fill out, the reason why. And then I think what's happened is I've already done this link. I've actually done this before as this person. So therefore, I can't refer it, I can't do it again. So what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to quickly cheat, and I'm going to show you the form. Oh, there, this is actually very embarrassing. All right. We know this works because we've got a whole lot of referrals, a whole lot of MPSs just the other day. So I'm going to see if I can trick it. It could be feedback. And normally there's a box here saying provide feedback. For some reason it's missing. But normally what you do is you normally provide the reason here, then you go next. And if the person had said they would refer you to somebody, it actually would send them off to a referral page. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to find out what happened here. I think it's because I've already done this before. It's actually it's cached it and it's gone. You can't do it again. You've already done it once before. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to record a video of how it should work, and I'll send the video to you with this video after the webinar today. So I apologise for that. It was going to show this amazing thing where it's going to ask you for a referral, and it does work because we know it's worked. In fact, we got referrals last week from it. What I'll do instead is I'll show you. So I'll show you sort of what's going on here. So basically, when someone clicks on a 9 or a 10, they get asked to refer a friend. So they give the feedback, and if it's a 9 or a 10, it'll say, thank you for your kind words. Can you maybe let me know why you gave us that score? And they'll give you some good feedback. If it was a 1 to an 8, the question will be, thank you for your feedback. Can you maybe let us know how we can improve our score next time? So it gives people a chance to provide some constructive feedback to you. So the question, the response that we give people is different from a 1 to an 8. This is basically how can we improve, and a 9 or a 10 is, well, you really can't improve much more. So we ask them, why did you give us such a great score? And then we ask them, do you want to refer a friend? And they can either say yes or no. If they say yes, then they'll get taken over to a referral page. If they say no, we'll leave it there. At least you're giving people an opportunity to refer a friend. So if they do want to refer a friend, what they'll do is they'll see a screen that looks something like this. So it's basically a referral page which says either don't keep us a secret, or basically has a message saying, hey, please refer a friend. And it'll be pre-populated with their details. This will be pre-populated, and they can then sort of put in their friend's details here. So this is how they refer a friend. They go refer now. That sends off a series of emails. One email is to to you saying, hey, you got a referral from someone. You got a referral from Peter to their friend John. Then Peters will send an email to John saying, hey, check out, I recommend you contact my financial advisor or my accountant, whatever you've set up in the system. I recommend my accountant, John Smith and Associates. I recommend you give him a contact. Here's their phone number. Also, they may contact you as well, as I've provided them your information. I hope you don't mind. And then we send an email to the person who's done the referring saying, thank you for referring this person to us, that the information is safe with us. We won't be abusing the privilege. We will be respecting their privacy and won't be spamming them. And then 2 days later, an email goes out from you to the person who's been referred saying, oh, look, your friend has recommended that we contact you. Here's a good way of booking a time with us or contacting us. We would love to sort of follow up and to maybe help you or see whether we can maybe help your needs. So basically there's this whole automatic process that happens after the NPS is rated. And then you can also see whether the person's been opening your emails or whether they've actually responded or not. So if you want to give them a contact after that, you at least got some information to see how keen they were, whether they've actually opened your email or not. Or whether, if you say you might have received an email from us, you better see that they've actually opened it. So you get full visibility of the person's activity, but we also take care of a lot of the communications for you to sort of warm the lead for you to then make that phone call. But the thing is, this person has been recommended by somebody, so there's some personal connection. And we know that in the professional services area, the referrals are everything. So referrals are a really good way of growing the business. So it's a really good way of, I guess, combining these two things together. So first of all, rather than just asking for a referral, you say, how lucky are you to refer somebody? If somebody says 9 or 10, then they probably are going to refer somebody. So then you give them this link is given to them as part of this chain, and then they're given a really easy way to refer somebody. And if they don't want to refer anybody, that's fine too. They don't need to. But at least they know you're asking. So what you might get some really good feedback from the NPS. And what you might be able to do is turn that great feedback into a story. Well, so I'm going to show you how to do that now. I'm going to show you how to turn sort of great feedback into a story. So this is basically how to create your own stories, but the content in this is actually going to be a referral. So what I'm going to do, we got a whole swag of NPSs and Net Promoter Scores just last week. And what I've done, I've actually drafted a story which basically includes a lot of those NPSs. In fact, what I'll do is I will show you received a NPS. So NPS, I'm over here on here we go. So this is, I guess, how it's shown you receive an NPS. So if you received an NPS using our system, you get an email that says down here, it'll say, congratulations, you've received a Net Promoter Score of 10 out of 10 from this guy here. Here's his test, here's his what he said about you. And then they'll be asked whether they can send a referral. They said no, but maybe later. So they said they didn't refer, but they said they might later. What we did then, we then actually sent Ken an email saying, hey, do you mind if we use your thing as a testimonial? So what we did was I've actually set up so I just replied to the email, replied to him. So in fact, we've actually changed this now so that the reply email address is actually his email address. So what will happen from now on is when the email is replied to, it actually goes to the person who recommended you. And all I've done here is I've created a follow-up. Hang on, I've got to be in my email thing here. So we've actually set up an NPS thanks, which basically says, hi Ken, so I need to put Ken's name there. Hi Ken, hey, just a quick thanks for taking the time to give us feedback. Would it be okay if you use your kind words as a testimonials on our website? To make it easier for you, we'll assume a yes unless we hear back from you. Also, did you know you can leave us a review on our Facebook page? Hint, hint. So we've got a link to our Facebook page to give a review. This is our review page here. So what I'd probably do is I'd probably just copy that or cut that and put that above the message here. And we've actually changed this now. This is what I wanted to show you today. So that this email here is more generic and looks like it's coming from Ken. So when you reply to Ken, this email here doesn't have this information here, doesn't have sort of this here. So all it says is you received a thing from Ken, he's giving you this feedback. So it's actually quite neutral. So when Ken receives it back again, he won't see it as being, you won't see this message here. So we've actually, I really want to show you this today. So what I'll do, I will record this whole thing to show how it does work. But like I said, because I've already done an NPS, it hasn't worked. So it's something that I've learned today, that you can't send an NPS twice. You only send an NPS once. That's a really good way of just to say, getting parents to use his score. A lot of people actually responded to me, responded to us saying, yes, it's totally fine. A lot of people didn't respond as well, which means that they are happy because we sort of gave them the opt-out, auto opt-in, I suppose. So what I've done, I've actually used all of these comments to create a story. So I've actually got some text here that I've actually generated already. So this is the story I'm going to create. So I'll try to make it bigger. I can't show it bigger. Actually, what I'll do is I'll just make it bigger, so you can see it better. So the subject's going to be sharing some kind words, and I've got a little intro here. We wanted to some feedback from our Feedsy community to find out how we're doing. So I basically explain what we did. We actually were chuffed with the ratings we were giving out of 10. We had 67% of people give us a 10, which is amazing. 25 gave us 9, and 8% gave us 8. So we were really happy with those scores. And we even received a referral. So actually the referral worked as well, which is great. And here's a taste of some of the comments we received. So I've just basically included their first name. I could have put comma, maybe their business name, but I've decided not to do it in this case. So this is basically, I've just copy and pasted some of the comments that I received from those emails into this message here. So I'm now going to turn this into a story. So I'm actually going to do what this here, I'm going to turn it into a story. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my story area of my Feedsy Center. Now, for some reason, if I've actually clicked back to here to my dashboard, this is my main area, this is the main home screen, I suppose, of my Feedsy Center. If I wanted to write a story from here, I can either go to Stories, Add New, or I can go New, Post, which is a story. I can do. There's two ways of going about it. I'm actually going to go Stories, Add New. Yeah. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this stuff in here. So when you write a story, it's quite easy. You put a title in, you put in the content of the thing, you put your main image here, featured image here, you choose a category, which I'll go through in a minute with you, format, which is only really change for video, and then you publish it. It's pretty easy, just go from top to bottom. So in this case here, the subject was sharing some kind words, copy, just paste into here. Now, if you're just writing in here, you can just write wherever you like. You can go bold, italic, link, and then you actually can bold and by using just simple tools here. Italic things like that. So it's quite easy to do. You put a hyperlink to something, link it to another website or something else, and just link it to something. So that's if you're just typing in. If you're pasting stuff in, what I'll do too is, this is the toggle bar. Usually this toggle bar opens up a second layer here. There's two layers here. Usually it's closed by default. If you open the toggle bar, what we recommend you do is you're going to copy and paste stuff in, is you use the paste as text. So I'm going to go paste the text. What that does is it makes sure that no weird formatting comes in. If you're copying and pasting from Word, for instance, all this weird stuff will come in. It'll be this really weird code comes in with it. You don't want that. You want to base it out. So just copy that. You want to basically bring it in as sort of just plain text. So you can format it at this end here. So I've just pasted that in. I'll need to put some bullets in there like that. Okay. All right. So in terms of formatting, I'm going to highlight this here with a block quote. And here are the testimonials here. I'm going to make the testimonials bold, using the key commands, bold, 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 bold. What I'm going to do too, there's actually a paragraph space here, which is an extra line space. I'm actually going to go shift return, which is like a soft, it's called a soft return. And that basically means rather than putting a full paragraph space, it's just going to put a line break, which means we're going to be a bit closer together. It probably looks nicer, just like that. So I will just do that quickly. Okay, I'll just get rid of that sense and sort of just make it look nice. So put a block quote on here. Put the block quote again and indent it. You'll see that in a minute how it looks. Okay, now for a picture, for MPS products, we're actually going to give you an image called testimonial. So it's here. You find it by going testimonial. And in this case here, so this is basically going to be my generic testimonial image. So if there's an individual that you're doing, like in our example here, you can actually ask for a photograph of them if you want to, or maybe you go into Facebook and get a photograph from their Facebook page perhaps. Or in this case here, because I'm doing a range of testimonials, rather than having a photograph per person, I'm just going to use a generic one here. Now, when it comes to categories, We've got a category here called testimonials, which we've created. Testimonials here. So that means all the testimonials are going to be sort of grouped together. But if you're doing your own content, if you're doing, your own blog article, your own individual article that you've written yourself, we recommend using a category called blog. So you can create your own category. That won't be there. We never use blog ourselves. So blog won't be a category you'll see on your list already because we only have stuff there that's being used. So you're going to add your own category. Say you want to call it Gavin's stuff. Then you actually add your own category really easy, just like that. So I've just added my own category. So this category can call whatever you like. And I'll show you how categories work in a second. Standard format because it's not video. You only use video for video content. So what you can do too, you can actually put in a YouTube clip up there and then go video, and that'll be shown as a video clip. So that's how video works. Does anybody want me to show you how to do video, how to add a YouTube clip in? Does anybody want me to do that for them? Again, in the chat, if you're okay, I'll show you how to do video in a minute. Cool. Okay, righty. So I'm going to go now. If you want to see how it's going to look, you can go preview. So this box here is your, I guess, your publishing area. If you go publish, it'll go onto your website. That does mean it's going to be sent out by email because email gets sent out once a month. Remember, so it only goes out. Just because you publish here doesn't mean it gets sent by email. It just means it gets added to your story list of stories that can be chosen from on that Tuesday. I'm going to go preview for now, just to have a look at it. It'll open up in a different tab up here, and you better see how it's looking. So there's the big quotes. Oh, someone's asking me a question about the feedback email. I'll go through that in a minute. I'll show you how that's set up in a minute. So I'll show you how to publish the story first, and then I'll show you how to actually generate that email. So here's that thing that I've said. Here's that block quote there. See how he sort of pulls it aside here. It's a good way of sort of highlighting things. And you can see that the quotes are there. Let's see, how can I make that look better? Well, I'm actually going to put lines in between each of these quotes here. So I'm going to close it down there because this is only a preview. This is preview here. So it's actually a different tab. So I'm going to close it. I'm going to close that down. I'm going to go back to the story here. I'm going to do a bit of formatting. I'm going to put in a line between each of these here. There's a little line here, horizontal line. So I'm going to put a little line between each of them. Just going to sort of space out a bit and give it a bit more space and make it look a bit nicer. So just putting a space in there. So this quarterly use of NPS is quite a new thing. We've only done it for the first time this month. We've been using NPS for a while, but the NPSs we've been doing have been sort of sent almost manually on demand. But we actually are finding it's a bit cumbersome. So we're actually going to do a quarterly send, which is basically sort of industry standard for NPS. So it just means you can regularly keep close to your customers. So again, Jane will show how we did that in a minute. But yeah, so what I'm doing right now is the first time I've ever done this, and I'm doing it in front of you. So let's see how this looks. So I'm going to go preview again and see how it looks. So preview down here, let's check it out. That's better. I like how the lines are sort of spaced out a bit. Looks nice, I reckon. Cool. So what I could do, I actually could create an individual post just for that one there, like this is here. But because they're quite short, I think it's probably better if I actually do it like this. But I could actually just do a single post with just that one sentence and one title if I wanted to. It just sort of depends. What you could do too, maybe you could ask the person, oh, look, thank you for the kind words. Could I maybe ask you for a little bit of testimony? So maybe you could bring them up, or maybe send an email, say, have you got anything else you could say? Because that's what you said was fantastic. I'd love to do a full case study about you, perhaps. So this could also become a case study. But in this case, it's just an individual one. So I'm happy with how it looks now. Look, if the phone rang, or you wanted someone to check it, or you hadn't had a chance to finish it yet, rather than publishing it, which goes live on the website, you also go save draft. So save draft is basically a way of just saving it for later. So it's not live. So if you go to your list of stories here, you'll see in my list of stories, it's got a draft there, and also drafts are up here as well. So drafts is like a folder of all your drafts. So that's hasn't gone live yet. To make that go live, you can just basically go edit and then go publish. So I'll just go edit and I'm going to publish it. You can either do that there by going publish, it goes live there, or what I could have done is what's called a quick edit. Quick edit is sort of quick overview publishing things you can do from this screen here. If you go quick edit, you'll see I can now sort of do some quick things. I can change its category I wanted to, but also I can change it from status from draft to published, which means it's going to be updated. It's going to go straight to the website. So now if I go to, I'm going to close that tab down. I'm going to go to back to latest news. You'll see the testimonials there, right there. So if my Feedsy mail was going out, say this was the Friday, and my Feedsy mail is going out next Tuesday, then that'd be the first story that's put on the Feedsy mail. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That'll be the 10 stories that are displayed. So that's what we recommend on the last Friday. That's probably the best time to do your own stories because it's going to be the top story. It's going to be the first story on the list here. Because remember, every Wednesday, a new batch of stories comes along. And gets put on top of these stories here. So every Wednesday, a new batch gets put on there. So doing your own story as close as you can to the send date ensures it's going to be at the top. But again, you can always just rearrange it. So if that was down here somewhere, you can always drag and drop it to the top, and then check it that it worked, and then you know that next Tuesday you'll be the first story sent out. Before I show you how to set up the Feedsy mail, the feedback email and the NPS email, I'll quickly show you how to add a YouTube clip into here. It's really, really simple. So to add YouTube in here, you might go check this out. It's pretty bad title. We recommend using video somewhere in the title, either just like that, be quite just open about it, or you can go check out this video. But have the word video there somewhere when you're doing a video story, because if people only see the title, they know that title is going to be a video story, and people love video. People love seeing videos. So actually what I might do, I might show you the source of our fancy data. So I'm going to go to YouTube and I'm going to use data is beautiful. We love this guy's work, and we are now showing his work and other people's work with our fancy data category, which is in our story mix now. So here we go. Data is beautiful. This guy has really, really cool videos that we are now able to share to you. Here we go. Star Wars versus Marvel versus DC, most money grossing. These are just amazing videos. So these videos actually are dynamic, and they sort of show over time. One of the downsides about YouTube is that when people get popular, they often have an advert. Okay, so this guy has these amazing videos where over time he sort of shows the most grossing films. So obviously Star Wars is pretty big. Superman came along. Anyway, you get the idea. So I'm going, yeah, it's a really cool video to share. So you basically go up here, copy and paste that link there. I'm going to stop that video. And I'm going to put that in there, push in some returns. I can write something about it. I can go, this is from Data is Beautiful. We always give this guy credit. And you might have a link to his YouTube channel. So we did it as well. Usually we give it a link to his channel. I won't do that now, but you just go to link and put the link in there. So that's how you put a video. It's as simple as that. Now with videos, you can't put an image in. Any images that you put in here will replace this preview image here. So it's a trap for young players. Don't add any images into a YouTube story. So I've done that. So you don't use featured image, don't have any images in here. And category, we have a category called video, which you might want to use as well. So you can put your videos in one spot. So his video, but also it might be one that you've done yourself. It might be maybe a part of your blog. It might be a blog video you've done. So you can use multiple categories. And again, video here. And I won't preview, I actually will publish that. All right, now I'm going to refresh the screen here, and it should be the first story here. It's the most recent. There it is, there's a video there. So I push it, it'll start playing it. I can also open up the story to see it bigger as well. Yeah, so that's basically how you add video. Just copy and pasting a YouTube clip. Now it's important that you use this one up here. So don't use this one here. Don't use that link. Don't use a short link. Use the full link at the top here. And it shouldn't have anything like and or anything after it. If you've got an and, it won't work. So you must use that link there. In fact, we actually have that in our support information, how to do video. So there's actually a whole link on it here, how to do YouTube clips. And it explains which link you're supposed to use, which link you're not supposed to use. Yeah, so it's all here for you. So everything I'm showing you today is actually all in here. Okay, so that's how you put video in there. Okay, cool. I'm now going to show you this new thing, which is basically how to generate this email, which is a quarterly email. So you need to have Feedsy. I'll get rid of that there. You need to have be on an advocator plan, which has referrals, to have NPS. And what happens is this. I'll now go back to here and I'll show you how to set it up. So we would have set up the NPS for you. So we would have set up the templated emails that go out every quarter. And we will set up the all the referral engine stuff in the background that I promise you will work. It just has to work because somebody's already done it, which is me. All you need to do is to trigger it off. So the way you trigger it off is by putting a date next to the person's name, and the date is like an anniversary date, and the date will trigger the first NPS email, and then it will wait a few months, send another one, few months, another one, few months, another one, and then next year it'll do it again. So it's like a perpetual annual thing. It's like a birthday mail, except that it's every quarter is one cent as well. So that's how you do it. I'll just show you in real life. So what you do is you can either do it individually. So this is my fake account here, Expert News. It's not a real one. You go to your Feedsy list. If you want to trigger that off for somebody right now, you can click on Mary Smith, and you can go Edit Mary, and you actually can sort of put the date here for the send. So we say next day. So you can't do today's date because today's already happened. It needs to be the next day. Otherwise, you've missed today because today started at midnight. So you need to start it at the next day. And the email is delayed by 9 hours. So it arrived in their inbox at 9 in the morning. So people don't get emails at midnight. They get emails 9 hours after midnight. Just so don't worry about waking people up in the middle of the night. So you basically set the date here. So you can do that. You can go, what's today's date? Today's November. So today is the 22nd. So I need to do the 23rd, which will be tomorrow. And then the year. So this is probably the long way of doing it. If you want to do it in bulk, so I'll just, if I actually type it in, I never tried typing it before, 2019, oh, you can, cool. All right, so if I save that, it'll mean that tomorrow, so midnight tomorrow, tonight, it'll trigger it, and then at 9 in the morning, the first email will go out, and then there'll be one 3 months later, 3 months later, 3 months later, the next year as well. So it's a perpetual thing. And you can turn it off. If you say, oh, stop, Mary said, stop sending me these things. You always go to Edit Mary. And if you just basically turn this off to nothing, it'll stop sending. It only will send stuff if there's a date there. So you can always stop it happening by turning the date off individually. So that's how you do it individually. It's probably going to be easier doing it in bulk. So to do it in bulk is really, really simple. You go to your Feedsy list and you go export subscribers. So all we want though is active subscribers. We don't want people who have been deleted or unsubscribed. You're sort of wasting your time doing that. So all you want to do is export active subscribers. All you need is an email address. That's all you need. And I'll probably recommend ticking the quarterly next day field. The other two fields you need. So I'm going to export that. So I'm exporting a spreadsheet, which is going to be, I'll open it up now. It's opening, is it? Yep, there you go. Oh, hang on. Did that open? No, it didn't open. Oh, here it is opening. Okay, so all you need to do is, you can see this is my dummy one here, is, you can see Mary's date actually was in there. I'm going to get rid of that date, put a new date in. All right. All right. So I'm going to put in, I'll put in Sunday's date. So Sunday. All right. Now I'm using numbers here. I'm on a Mac, but this will be Excel probably for you. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it to everybody else's. I mean, you can stagger them if you like, but I might as well do it all together. So that's all done. I'm now, because I'm on a Mac, I've got to export this out to a CSV file because I can't bring in a numbers file into our system. So I've got a CSV file. It's got the email address and that date field. I'm going to export it just to there. So this is basically how you can just bulk prepare the import. And now what you do, you go back to your Feedsy list and you go add new subscribers. And I'm going to grab that Excel spreadsheet. So I'm going to find it. It's on my desktop because I'm on my Mac. There it is there. I could also drag and drop it as well. I could actually just drag it over. So I'm doing that. It's going to say, right, you've got two columns there. One column's got email address. What's that? You go, well, it's the email address. It belongs to the email address. What about this column here called NPS quarterly next day? What's that all about? Oh, that goes to that one there. So you're basically assigning the column of your spreadsheet into a field. So that was just a date with nothing written here. You might need to actually drag this and go here and find it. That's how you basically can find the right field. So now I won't do that now because I don't want to do it, but if I did that, it'll just go, it'll say, oh, no, actually, I will do it. I will do it. It's going to say, so it's going to go 21 subscribers are updated. So you can see them were added. The email addresses are the same, so it won't duplicate an email address. It'll just look for anything that's different about it. So what we've done is we've actually updated 21 of those subscribers. So we've actually could be added that that column with the date. So we actually added the date to 21 people. So that's basically how you can quickly add dates for the NPS to send. But like I said, the NPS requires an advocator plan. As it's only been recently introduced. So if you're on an NPS plan and you're on a referral advocator plan and haven't got NPS yet, just send me a request and we can set that up for you. We are going to be setting it up over the next few weeks for everybody so they can all use it. But it's something that is quite new. We've been testing it. It does work. I can assure you it does work, and I'll do a video to show you. But it's a really quick way of getting feedback and also to generate referrals too, because you've actually asked them whether they're going to send a referral, and a lot of people say 9 or 10, and they probably are likely to give you a referral. At least you know they're very close to giving you a referral. So one day you might want to ask them again. You know that they're probably very close to doing it. Just send them a link to your referral page. So it's really easy for them to do. And then you got a referral. So it's a really easy way of getting referrals. But what we love about it really is we're loving how we're getting this great feedback. And some of the feedback we got too wasn't always, I mean, for the 8 we got, we actually asked, thanks for the feedback. How can you do better next time? And we actually got some good feedback about how we can improve. So we're going to take that feedback on board and sort of add, it was actually feedback about our content, how we can sort of maybe add some memes perhaps. So that's something that we can look at in the future. So you can also use this NPS thing to also provide just feedback for your product. And again, if you've got a customer who's not happy, who is basically maybe giving you a 5 or a 4 or even a 6 because they're not happy with you, it gives you a chance to at least for them to vent, which is people like to vent. And they've got a right to vent and to feel the way they feel. But it gives you a chance to respond and to sort of not get defensive about it, but basically say, look, I'm sorry to hear you feeling that way. How can we help? And again, maybe give you a chance to sort of turn that client around. So NPS gives you a really good chance to sort of, get a feel for your client base. If you're not doing surveys on a regular basis, this is a way of doing it really easily. And it's something that's used by a lot of big business. So a lot of big businesses use NPS. NPS is usually only for big business because it can be quite expensive to do. But we basically put it on as a light version of NPS on our plan. So it's all part of the price, all part of the advocator plan, and it's really affordable. Like there's one out there which is about sort of $400 a month, but it sort of scales up to even higher just for the NPS only. Whereas for our fee, you're also getting stories, you're getting email newsletters, and you're getting other things as well as the ability to do campaigns. So that's something that we're really excited about and helping you get ongoing. So all you need to do, once you've done this once here, that's set now. These people will now get NPSs every quarter forever until you actually click on that person and turn it off. Yeah, so that's how NPSs are triggered. So it's pretty easy. So what we like about, I guess, this is it gives you a chance to, I guess, especially in the financial services industry, they've taken a bit of a hit recently with their reputation. I mean, it's been probably tarred. The reputation has been tarred by maybe some of the actions of some of the big dealer groups. So this is a chance to sort of just to show that your clients actually do like you and do value what you do. It gives you a chance to find that out, to collect it, and to promote it as well. So to give other people, an opportunity to sort of see the good work that you're doing and how people are loving what you're doing, and also people like to be heard too. So if they can see their names up in lights because they've actually referred, they actually give you a nice testimonial and you promoted that, people feel nice about that. People go, oh wow, it's cool. I'm sort of famous for 10 seconds, but they've listened to what I've had to say and have actually really embraced it, and in fact they want to promote it. So it's a really nice way of making your clients feel good about you as well. So that is how you can sort of turn good news into a story. But again, this could be anything. This could be a thought piece about something you're doing. It could be a Christmas message about closing down for Christmas, or maybe Christmas best wishes. So it's really easy to create your own story into your own post. Give it your own category. Now I'll show you this category thing too, how that sort of looks and why it's important to use categories. So for instance here, before I use blog and video, over here I use Gavin stuff and testimonials. If I click on testimonials, all of my testimonials would come up on one page. So here's 3 testimonials here. These are dummy testimonials. Likewise, if I went back to the video one, if I go to this one here, videos, you'll see that all of the videos are now on one page here. They're all displayed on one page. So there are all the videos there. So it's a really, really good way of sort of keeping all your stuff together. So it's got a unique URL, a unique title here. So it's got a category called video. So you can also put that link there as a title up here. So you have video up here, link to that there, and all your videos are on one page. So it's a really, I guess, a good way too of actually having a link to all your stuff. So if you've got your own blog content, you have a category called blog. This could be called blog here, and this could be blog up here, so you can have a link to blog. Or even on my main website where it says news, you can even do a drop-down menu for news. It might be a drop-down menu here which says blog. So you've got news or blog, so people can either see your stuff or they can see just the generic news. It's really up to you how you use the categories. But these are a really good chance to, I guess, to categorize and to separate your stuff from our stuff, but also to categorize stuff together. Now you might have noticed there's 2 things here. There's there is what we call fancy data, and over here we've got a thing called inspirational quotes. These are 2 add-ons you're going to now add on to your Feedsy, story mix. And I'll show you how, if you want to add those things to your mix or maybe change your story mix down the track, here's how you can do that. So I'm going to go back to my support pages here, go down to story mix down here, how to change the story mix. I've also got it on search at the top there. So go story mix. You can choose a single or up to 10 story categories to customize your mix of stories. So click here. And you basically add in your details. So I'm going to go test. I'm just going to do that for now. Phone number in case I need to call you. And then you go next. And then you simply can go, oh, there's some bonus feeds here. You can actually choose any or all of these as extras. So you can go fancy data, I want that, that's pretty cool. Inspirational quotes, that's pretty cool. And we've also got to do TED Talks soon, a video. So you want TED Talks that's coming soon, you can choose it as well. You can also go select all, or you can just go one. Like that. And then you can go, do you want to change any of the other categories right now? Go, yeah, I do actually. I want to upgrade my categories. You go next. And then you can say which package you're on. You're on a normal package, which is 10, or you're on a light package, it's 1, because you can only choose 10 or one category. And then here, you can sort of see what the defaults are. These are the default categories. So you can just change them. So you can sort of change, And if you choose too many, you'll say, too many. But you can basically choose the 10 that you want. So, yeah, so that's the sort of how you can change your mix. I've probably got too many there. Again, if I do too many or not enough, it will tell me. So look here. Oh, there's problems. Let's have a look here. Yes, I've got too many there, so I need to take that one off. So 5, there's my 10. Submit. Cool, that's it. That'll go off to create a support ticket for you, and we'll update the story mix for you. Now you can do that whenever you like. You can change it, every month if you wish. That's something that's totally up to you. It's free to change whenever you like, and it's easy to do. And what we're going to do, we're actually currently testing a thing in the future where you'll be able to see what stories people are clicking on. The most. So what you'll do, you'll see very soon in the future, and we're currently testing this. It's not here yet, but on the dashboard you have a list here of we're going to call it story charts. And it's going to show you the most popular stories of the last 7 days, last month, and of all time. So you'll be able to sort of see the kinds of stories that are most popular. And you go, well, people are really loving the travel stuff, so I won't delete the travel stuff. I love the travel stuff. We need to keep that. You'll get an idea of the kind of stuff that people are clicking on the most. That's called story charts, which is coming very soon. Now, I'm very mindful of time here. We've sort of hit the hour mark. I'm going to just leave you with, I guess, 2 things here. One is the support website page. So this basically has all the information that you need for instructions for how to do things, and also how to generate a support ticket. But also you can just send an email to support@feedsy.info, which basically generates a support ticket anyway. That's the best way of asking for help. Sending myself or Steve an email is great, but it can get lost sometimes in the email ether. Whereas if you send it to support at Feedsy, it goes to a dedicated support page where we can track things better, we get alerted that it's there, and we can easily sort of, I guess, keep the ticket together as a discussion. So that's probably the best way of asking for help, by sending an email to support at feedsy.info. So I've covered quite a bit today. I'm hoping that was what you expected and what you've got. Like I said, normally Steve does these, but I had to step in at the last minute today. I really hope that was of use for you. You'll get a copy of this video, plus I'll send you another video of the NPS working. Yes, so again, I'd like to be able to help you out whenever we can using support. And we really encourage you to sort of get feedback from your clients and to generate your own content and to share your content on social media. Okay, thank you for your time.